If I close my eyes right now, I could see all of it. I have this vision of what it should be in my head. After that day, I 2 days, it was all of paradise and Concal gone, and it was still burning for almost 7 days. Just the pain and pit in my stomach that I get when I come up here and it's not there anymore, it's just too much to take sometimes.
In November 2018, the Camp Fire exploded in Northern California. It quickly became the most destructive fire in state history. It caused billions of dollars in damage, 85 people lost their lives, and thousands lost their homes. While Paradise was the epicenter of the Camp Fire, the communities around it were hit just as hard. And while what happened here was extreme, it could become more common in the coming decades. That's because more people are moving to the forest, but it's also because of the climate crisis. Temperatures are rising and forests are drying out. That increases the risks of fires like this. A year later, the cleanup here has begun, but recovery could take much longer, particularly for the people that have to live in this altered landscape.
Every time I come up here, I expect to see my grandma's house again. It's so weird looking at this, like I want to cry. There would have been so many people hanging out right here, right now. It's just quiet, very quiet now.
The regulations at the moment are to keep all of the dry debris on your property below 2 inches to keep any fire danger as far away from your property as possible. So I'm just up here weed whacking, limbing the dead parts of trees, and then hopefully maybe next year it'll start to regrow. We're on my old property, my old family's property, in the rubble. We just joined the FEMA list for getting it cleaned like a month ago, and now they're going to be here sometime next week. We wanted to sift, we wanted to look for things. I think we weren't really ready to let go of what had happened or move on somehow. Yeah, so on this side of the garage we had 5 cabinets. This is just the downstairs level. You know, the first thing I did is I walked through the garage on top of that slab of cement over there, and I just looked down, and I don't know, it's so crazy because, you know, something that you think might always be there or has always been there, you presume will be there for your kids one day, is it's like melted. To see how choosy the fire was, it's kind of crazy. I look at other people's houses that are still standing and I'm very grateful for them, you know, because we need those people here if they're coming back, or we need those houses for the people that do decide to come home eventually. It looks like some people are still here rebuilding and staying to help aid the town, but from what I understand, most people are not coming back.
As soon as they get that park ready, I'm going home. That was my place for 22 years, and that's home to me. I loved it up there. I loved the people that lived there. I miss them all now, every one of them. I had never seen the plumes of smoke like what I seen that day. And that was my 9th time of being evacuated up there. I knew it was going to be the last time that I would see that place standing. We went down to Marysville first, but by the next morning we were socked in with smoke down there. And so we left the area and went up to Nevada. And that's when the blood vessel in my brain burst. It was because of the smoke from the fire. I couldn't breathe. And I'd been on oxygen for years. I had my stroke the night before they opened Concal back up. Peace and quiet. That's why I'm coming back and want to rebuild. That was my home. No place can replace it.
I mean, I support her going back up there. I think at this point, the question is, where isn't it safe to live? Because yeah, Concal was destroyed by fire, but there are so many other places now being destroyed by other natural disasters. No matter where you're gonna go, I feel like you're not gonna be able to escape climate change. That's just the new normal right now. How do we prepare so that we can be ready when this happens again?
Well, if everything goes right, we will be strictly an RV park and not a mobile home park, because that way people can just hook up to their trailers and go. And they won't have to lose everything that they've accumulated again.
I think I will always kind of be searching for paradise in a way, even though it exists right here in front of my eyes. It's just not how I remembered it. But I think home is mainly people, you know? I think paradise people in our community will take paradise with them wherever they go.
It's been a long time, a long road for a lot of people. It's getting better now that it's cleaned up, and it took them almost a year to clean it up. Hopefully the process of healing can start for me, because it's been a while.
The campfire was sparked by a downed power line owned by pg&e, the for-profit energy utility for most of Northern California. The utility has since filed for bankruptcy and agreed to pay out more than $500 million to the community. According to the state, only 2,000 of Paradise's 26,000 residents have returned in the wake of the fire. The other towns affected by the campfire have seen what the state says is a significant decrease in population.